Hi everyone. So I have a potential client project where they want me to push leads from Salesforce from Clay to Salesforce. They don't want to pay for Clay's higher tier subscription, so they've asked me to figure out if I can do it with an HTTP API action instead. So me and Claude got cracking on this and I've got it working. I'm new to Salesforce specifically, but if this client project goes ahead, I'll deepen my understanding. For now, here's how I got it working. I'm using a Salesforce Developer Edition org here for testing. Note the Starter Suite trial doesn't give you API access. So if you want to play around with this, you have to get set up on the Developer Edition. So we need to create an app that Clay can authenticate with. If you might have seen some older tutorials, they'll tell you to create a connected app. Salesforce retired those for new orgs in March 2026, so that option doesn't exist anymore. Instead, you create an external client app. So what I need to do is I need to go to App Manager. We'll do this bit by bit. And I need to go to create new external client app. I'm just going to pause and fill in some of these details. I've nearly got everything in, so I've just given it the name Clay. Actually, no, I won't give it that. July 2026. All right. I've put in my own email address. I've clicked enable OAuth, very important, and then I've just put in any URL, which is my company website. Now, a few more details to add here. I need to add manage user data via APIs, and also perform requests at any time. Okay. That one, I think we'll come back to that. All right, create. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oops. We need a HTTP. Doesn't like that. Bye-bye. Okay. Now we need to go to policies. Oh, we're in policies already. I've got to go to edit it. Change. Let me see. I've got to change this to admin. No. Client, enable client credit. Let me just pause a second. Yeah, so this, ignore the warning, and then I've got to put, I think it's the system. Which one is it? Put a system admin over here, and then okay, I think I'm just going to save here. I'm going to go back to edit. Now, let me see. It's a bit tricky. Okay, so I've gone to settings after saving there. I think I've got to switch on this. Okay, save. And I'm going to go back to the policies and edit this. And then switch that on. And then put in the email address. Oh yeah, this is my Agentforce email address, which I'm going to place in there. I'm not going to make it visible. So what it looks like is something like, I'll remove some of these. Okay, so it looks something like this, but it isn't this. Okay, I've removed some of the characters. And you save that, and then what's next? I think that's okay. Yeah. So I'll just pause the video, input that, and save it. That's saved. So I'm gonna go to settings. Where can I get my secret key? Yeah, here we go. So this should now be available to you, and I've got my consumer key and my consumer secret, which I am blocking here obviously. And now I think we can go to Clay. Okay, on the Clay side, what we need is 2 HTTP API columns. The reason it's 2 columns and not 1, Salesforce doesn't give you a permanent API key. You have to request a temporary token each time. So column 1 gets the token and column 2 is going to use it. So I've already clicked to add an HTTP API enrichment here. So you're going to choose post. The endpoint is your Salesforce org URL followed by this bit at the end. For query parameters, you're going to add 3 key value pairs. The grant type, just put in client underscore credentials. The client ID is your consumer key, and the client secret is your consumer secret. So put those in and hit run. And it gets you back the stuff you need. Now, let's go to the next column. So this is the second column. Again, it's post. The endpoint uses the slash key to insert the instance URL that you got from the first column. Okay, and then you're going to add this bit at the end. In headers down here, add authorization and then the word bearer and a space and then the access token that you pulled in from column 1, and then the body is just what you're going to send, the first name, last name and email. That's all I'm sending this time. Okay, and when I run that, let's pick the fake person, Connor Byrne at Zendesk. Good Irish name. I asked Claude to create a load of fake names. So that's going to run, and then this is automatically going to run. And let's pause here and see if Connor has arrived over in Salesforce. And here we see Mr. Connor has arrived. Okay. All right, so that worked. Let's go back here. So that's Clay pushing contacts to Salesforce via HTTP API. No upgraded Clay subscription needed. The Salesforce setup is honestly, as you saw, a bit fiddly, especially if you're following older tutorials that referenced connected apps. But once the external client app is configured, the Clay side is straightforward, just 2 columns. I've set this to automatically run, so it just speeds it all up. As soon as that is hit, the other one is hit as well. So hopefully that will work for you as good as it has worked for me here.